Space.
The final frontier.
Well, I was going to say...
These are the voyages of Star Trek Enterprise.
Star Trek Gummy.
Her mission.
She
To
chooses
explore and find new civilizations. I can't remember it off by heart. I used to know it.
We're going to go through a very mysterious warp hole.
Because I thought it was brown, and that looks more like Agrabah. Yeah.
Do you like to talk about technical stuff? Great.
Yeah.
Hey. Agrabah.
Agrabah.
And the keyhole?
The Heartless are searching for it now. I'm certain we'll find it soon enough.
It's probably
So
in
that
the
just leaves
Den of Treasures or whatever it's called.
Cave of Wonders.
I was totally off.
Jafar, I've looked everywhere for Jasmine.
Actually,
Sup, Gilbert?
Gilbert Godfrey, yeah.
Have you heard his actual voice?
the girl is
Holy
Normal.
normal.
You said you had things
Unbelievable.
under control.
Agrabah is full of holes for rats to hide in. But why worry about Princess Jasmine? With her or without her, surely this world will be ours when we find the keyhole.
We need all 7 princesses of heart to open the final door. Any fewer is useless.
Well, if the princess is that important, we'll find her. Find Jasmine and bring her to me at once.
What
Don't
is one
keep
sheep thing? You're
yourself
just
in
running.
darkness too long.
They're just constantly doing
The
that.
heartless consume the careless.
Consume the careless.
Your concern is touching, but hardly necessary.
Wow.
She hides really well considering, right?
She's wearing bright blue in a brown area.
Oh!
Oh yeah, we're gonna pause it. Just pause it and look.
Egypt.
Is this Egypt?
Saudi Arabia. Let's see. Syria.
Are we naming Middle Eastern places?
Well, I mean places that are like
Iran.
Alexandria.
That's a place.
Cool. Alexandria was used to be the place, for the fount of knowledge in ancient places. As far as I know, at least. And yeah, we're fighting guys with scimitars, which are specifically swords that are specifically curved like that.
Yep. Also very known with the. Why are you missing the treasure?
What treasure?
There's a treasure back there.
Well, I gotta get treasure. Gotta get myself some treasure. I missed the treasure.
The scimitars are always synonymous with 2 things, actually: Middle Eastern and pirates.
Yeah, it's true, very true. But like pirates are more cutlasses.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of times that's like you would think of a pirate when you think of a curved
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah. Okay, so kill that pot. Killing some guy. Killing some pot. Going through Agrabah. Hooray!
So is Jasmine still behind that?
Presumably not. No, I didn't see her. Okay, now that I know Arrow, Donald is using up all his MP, casting Arrow. He cast an Arrow himself. Don't save your spells for me. What a big jerk.
What a selfish jerk! Only casting spells on him to protect him from death.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Well, I'm the guy who, if I die, everyone else dies. If they die, they come back to life.
That's a good point. Well, that's because you died and get knocked unconscious.
Oh.
He knocked you into health items. Dude, do you not notice that the scimitars being thrown at you? Which I know for a fact do not look like boomerangs.
They do not. Okay. Oh! Hot spiders!
So gross. Why do spiders have to be a thing in video games? They're already terrifying enough.
I think maybe that's why. Because they're make such good enemies. No one likes them, and they're, you know...
Some people think spiders are adorable.
It's weird.
It is super weird. Hey, it's Aladdin's,
Yeah, his crib.
Yeah.
Scissors G. What's that?
It's when he has to cut his hair.
Oh, Octo. We have 1,000 money exactly. What the heck?
Do you want to spend it? Do you want to go to Vegas?
No. Oh, little one.
These be like bread.
Megaliths are nice.
Okay. You want to go to Vegas?
What? No.
Vegas would be fun.
No, I don't think so. Not to me, at least. Can I make it across here?
Why not?
I just don't. I don't know what I would do. Oh!
Oh yeah, I guess you're not a big cards player, are you?
Not really. Oh gosh.
Ah.
No, I'm not a big cards player. Darn. Oh, nice save.
Except it's kind of useless.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm not a big cards player, so.
I played poker with you once, though.
Yeah. One Tuesday night or something. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I can't play it all. But cutscene time.
Good hiding spot.
Hello?
Hey, it's my sister-in-law. Ha 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 ha. Her name's Jasmine.
The Sultan of Agrabah is her father. Did you know that? That makes you a princess.
That makes me a princess?
Her a princess.
Oh. Why can't I be a princess?
Or you're a boy, first of all.
Are you being sexist now? Just because I'm a boy doesn't mean I can't
That's
be a
literally what the words mean. No, it's like in this game. Hang on a second. Actually, you bring up a good point. Let me just get through this cutscene first. He's getting powers and sees Agrabah. He's desperately seeking for something that something calls the keyhole. Jafar caught me trying to escape, but he helped me. Who helped you? We were hiding nearby, but he left a while ago to take care of something. Hope Aladdin's alright.
Aladdin? Where might I find this street rat?
Kingsguard, right? Oh, no, Jafar.
Jasmine, allow me to find you more suitable company, my
It's
dear.
just like slimy voice, eh?
Yeah.
These little rats
Well, he turns
won't
into a snake.
do you see.
Yeah.
Jasmine, run!
Ah, the boy who holds the key.
Gonna stick his minions on us. Okay. It's like in this game, right? So people point at this game and be like, oh man, the game is so sexist because, you know, you play as a boy and all the princesses are getting captured. And they're all like being on like damsel in distress-y type characters, right?
Okay.
Except
well, it's also like the straight up story to a Link to the Past.
except for the fact that the princesses that are getting captured are the princesses of heart that are the most powerful beings in the dimensions. That's why they need to get captured because they're powerful.
No, that would make too much sense. It's definitely sexist.
Like, it's so dumb. It's like, it's not like there aren't stereotypes for boys too. Like, look at fighting games, right? Most fighting games, right? All the guys are
Super
muscular, usually have their shirts off, usually fall within stereotypes, you know, being like a luchador or like a Vega,
Yep.
or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Balrog, who's a boxer, all that's a stereotype right there. So what I'm saying is like,
Well, Balrog is a black boxer who was originally named M. Bison.
right. But anyway, so it's like that's what I'm saying is like,
Because it's like Mike Tyson.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not mentioned. Sorry.
Anyway,
Sorry.
so what I'm saying is like, it's not like a woman-only thing. It's like stereotypes exist everywhere, and nice spider.
Well, I mean,
And it's like it really isn't that bad. Like the princesses are actually a big deal in this game.
well,
They're not weak. They're strong, but
Yeah.
they're getting captured. It's like
you know, there's I don't know the name of her channel or anything, but we watch her videos sometimes where it's the woman talking about all tropes of video games and stuff, specifically on women.
right.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know the name of her channel, but I actually talked about this in my Ghosts Road to Commander. But have you seen her most recent one, where it's the look of females?
Pac-Man and Amy.
Yeah. But my
Amy
argument,
Rose.
yeah, my argument was like, how do you make like 3/4 of a circle look feminine?
No, I
Because
mean,
that's all that Pac-Man is, right?
I think it's
Like, so, some of the points she made were fine points. But, like, something like Miss Pac-Man, to me, that's not a point at all.
No, the point that I find interesting is that she thinks that because they have these traits that somehow, like, it's something lesser than it should be. Like, shoot, I fell. Like, okay, they have a bow in their hair or something, right? It's like, she decided that the bow means, oh,
something bad.
Woman, and therefore not as good.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? She's putting herself into the victim position because she's saying she's wearing this character's wearing a bow. That means that she's a female and therefore is weaker. None of that.
Like you could use
there's
a point
no
like something with Amy Rose. You could use a point that she's always being saved by Sonic.
Yeah, except.
But then you could look at someone in the same category like Sonya, who's Sonic's sister.
Yeah, well, yeah. You look at Sonya. Look at Rouge.
Yeah.
Rouge is
or
independent.
Rogue, or whatever her name is supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
She's an independent person. You know, she's just. You could argue that she's kind of like seductive.
But that's because she's.
But that's,
I thought she was
but
supposed
see,
to resemble a succubus. That's what I figured.
That's what it is. She's a bat, but she's resembles a succubus. But that's the point. Is that guess what? Some characters have different character traits.
Yeah.
Some of them are like very demure and are love struck, like Amy. Some of them are more independent and try and get their way via their own power, which is Rouge. And then other characters like I can't remember her name. Shoot. Like you said, what was her name? Sonya.
Yeah.
Sonya.
Who was the brains of the three siblings.
Right.
In the show Sonic Underground.
It's
was
like,
the brains and was what kept a lot of them together most of the time.
Right, and
fighting.
And then consider how many times we've seen like male characters get captured or show signs of weakness, right? Like just because a character shows signs of weakness doesn't mean that they are a dumb character.
It makes them a three-dimensional character.
Exactly. So
because everyone will show signs of weakness at some point in time.
Otherwise, the character's boring.
Yeah.
So I just don't get what she wants.
Look at even in like something where it's like super manly, like Gears of War.
Right.
Right. I know you haven't played it. So spoiler alert for Gears of War 2 and kind of Gears of War 1. But Dom, who is Marcus's best friend and partner, is looking for his wife the whole time, Maria.
Right. Okay.
And he's like, she got captured because I wasn't there to protect her and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, oh, he wasn't there to protect her, he's the man. I'm like, okay, well, he's also military trained, and she's not.
Right, exactly. So it's...
Okay.
So,
and like, when you find her, she's been so tortured and everything from the locust that she's like basically a husk of a human,
right,
and everything like that. But she's barely alive, and she can't recognize her husband and everything like that.
Right.
And that's his moment of weakness because he has to kill her, and he's like he's crying through the entire thing. And it's his moment of weakness, but it's a realistic moment.
Right. People might argue like, oh, well, he had to kill her.
Well, no, it's a mercy kill.
Yeah,
like,
but
that's different.
He killed a woman.
So?
But it's...
Then look at the third game where Anya is one of the female characters in the first and second one where she was not a soldier. She was just, like the person that gives commands and stuff.
Right.
The war got so bad that she had to come help, and she is one of the better soldiers. And there's a whole bunch of female soldiers in the Gears of War series. People just will find anything to hate on.
Yeah, well, but
when it comes to like the man versus woman.
But in the end, it's characters are stereotypes exist, sure, but at the same time, characters are just they need reasons to get in trouble. Like there are male characters who go through times where it's like, oh no, I'm in trouble, and then there are female characters who go through times and go, oh no, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Well, she also used the example of using femshep.
No.
And male shepherd.
The example that really got me when she was talking about that was Peach, and it's like Peach is the damsel in distress, right? It's like, okay, let's flip this around, right? We've got Peach, who is like loved by all of her subjects, right? She's the ruling monarch of this entire kingdom. And everyone loves her, and she's great, right? And notice how she gets captured, and her entire all-male Toad army can't do anything to stop that. So that's actually a misandry, if if anything.
Yeah, well, she also brings up Toadette and stuff.
No, it also brings up the fact that, and then, so she is the ruling monarch, and then Mario, who's Mario? He's just a guy, just some guy who wants to go save her.
Yeah,
and
she looked at it as a love interest, where I say not necessarily a love interest, because at no point does it even insinuate a little bit that Mario and Peach are even really together.
Well, I think it does, but I think it does. But
it's more of an insinuation with Zelda and Link, in my opinion.
I think it's pretty clear whether they're together. But
okay. But I mean, he's also together with.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that Mario, like Peach, the girl, is the ruling monarch, and Mario is the Joe Schmo who's trying to just save people, and he's the guy. He's the guy who's always doing all the work and all the struggle, and no one said anything about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know some people also use the idea of Pauline being the woman from the original Donkey Kong, being like, oh, well, she's thrown in there as the helpless woman and looked like her shirt's ripped and stuff like that. And I'm like, but they're just trying to replicate King Kong. But no one hates on King Kong the movie.
No, of course not.
But it's
classic.
But it's the same thing as the original Donkey Kong. It's basically ripped straight from like King Kong.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not shoot.
But she was talking about Male Shep being the poster, basically the main draw to Mass Effect being Male Shep or not Fem Shep.
It's entirely subjectional.
Yeah, okay. But she was also saying, like, even though Fem Shep is renowned as a better voice actress and stuff like that, I actually prefer Male Shepard, but I can tell you right now why I prefer Male Shepard is because I'm a boy, right? So I prefer playing a male character.
It's fair.
Because I can relate to him more.
Right, it's fair to say that, but I think it's funny because most people might say, oh, well, you should feel bad about that. It's like, well...
No. I gravitate to characters I can be emotionally more bound to.
Right. And by the way, about the acting thing, that's really subjective.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Fem Shep's
the woman who plays Fem Shep is Jennifer Hale, who is very well versed in voice acting. She's very skilled. She's the same voice actor for Naomi and
Yep.
Emma Emmerich, and a whole bunch of tons of other things. She's actually really well experienced. But the Male Shepard voice, that's like the only thing he's ever done. So in terms of skill, like it's just to say that it's like, oh, Fem Shep is better because the voice actor was better. That means nothing because she was more trained. But
yeah.
So what?
Well, I mean,
I don't know where I'm going.
Well, it's fine because we're having a heated conversation. It's interesting enough for the people that are watching. But because Male Shepard is in most of the commercials and stuff like that. Well, Female Shepard is in most of the internet commercials and whatnot. So in the video, she was like, well, that's nice that Female Shepard is in the internet ads, but it seems like more of an afterthought. Where I say no, I think the people that are getting the internet ads are into the game enough that they don't care between female or Male Shepard. Like, they just don't care. You know what I mean? So they're just giving Fem Shep the spotlight because it's people that are already fans of the series or thinking about getting it or stuff like that. People that are on gaming websites, stuff like that. They know.
Right.
Like, you know, they just know. So they just know how, like, it doesn't matter, female or Male Shepard, right? It's all preference.
Yeah, I mean...
But on TV, having Male Shepard, I don't see that as offensive. I see that as smart marketing. Look at the type of game. It's a third-person shooter.
Right.
Sci-fi.
Right.
Now, not to generalize, but I don't meet very many women that are into third-person sci-fi shooters. I know a lot of dudes that are into third-person sci-fi shooters.
Right.
Because a lot of dudes love sci-fi stuff. A lot of girls love sci-fi stuff too.
Sure.
But I'm just saying, like, generally, that's more of a male audience. It's not even that. If you look at the ads on TV, it has magic carpet. It doesn't even, like, the ads on TV don't really have anything to do with choices. They were like, look, you can punch things and shoot them and stuff like that. It's like very much catered towards a male audience, where the internet ones are very much like about decision making.
Yeah, it's
Because I think rushing in blindly and firing guns blazing is more of a guy thing than a girl thing.
yeah, it's a
But
guy
that's
thing,
just
girl
me.
thing. It's like that's kind of my problem with pointing out like the bow and the whatever. It's like, oh, Amy Rose and Miss Pac-Man are just female equivalents of Pac-Man. It's like, well, she didn't even analyze the fact that they're totally different characters. Like, okay, Miss Pac-Man, there's no character there. They're
It's just, she's 3/4 of a circle.
like, exactly. Amy, she's got a different personality from Sonic.
Yeah.
Rogue, different from Sonic, different from Amy. Sonya, different from any of them.
Even I don't know the Sonic characters, but there's like
I don't know
the female Echidna or whatever they're called.
Echidna.
So it's and she's nothing like Knuckles.
She's
a princess.
She's a princess. She's a princess, and she is the protector of the thing. What do you call it? The Chaos Emeralds.
And she allies herself with.
It just seems like
Amorphous or whatever.
like she's always trying to say women aren't allowed to be in trouble at all ever. Because then whenever if I were to mention the female Echidna who protects the Chaos Emerald, it's like, oh yeah, but she fails all the time, and I'm like,
That's probably because the entire planet is trying to
that's
steal
the
them.
point. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't have them fail, then they're not characters. Like, you have to have them do things that are not perfect because that makes them three-dimensional.
You can't always have the Superman, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like,
And even then, she was just like Superwoman is just like the counterpart of Superman. I'm like, well, Superman's a stupid character, so I mean, he's overpowered.
disagree.
He's overpowered.
I
They needed something to attempt to make him him not superpowered, or not super overpowered, and that was to add someone he had to protect that was also like him. But the point was that she was going to save him in times where he couldn't do stuff. You know what I mean? Like when he had to be somewhere protecting something.
Right.
She could go and be with the rest of the planet and take over protecting that planet.
look at this. I mean, Aladdin, he can't protect people.
We can't protect Jasmine right now.
Look at this. I mean, this is so misandry because the guy can't do things.
Yeah.
Like,
I see.
Well, it's sexist that the genie's a guy.
Thanks, Sora.
see what I mean? You can play these kind of games all day long.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't.
Same old stuff.
Stereotypes exist. We
That's
know
like
that.
saying it's racist that there's no
Just
black
paid a
character.
visit to the Cave of Wonders.
Just because there's not a black character doesn't mean it's
I mean,
racist.
that's
you know what I
racist.
mean?
Yeah.
Just because if there is like,
And
it'd be racist if it was like white
Legend
characters
has
doing
it,
blackface
whoever
all the
holds the
time.
lamp-
Yeah.
Then that's
or,
racist.
like,
You know what I mean? But like, it's totally not sexist to have a girl that's in trouble.
no,
It's not sexist to have a guy.
a
that's
guy in trouble. It's just storytelling.
Like
You know?
right now, you could say it's sexist because we're searching for Kyrie, but you don't know that Kyrie's in trouble. You're just trying to find your friend.
Right.
You're assuming that she's in trouble.
Right. She's in trouble. Maybe she is in trouble. And guess what? So what? What's wrong with that?
You assumed Riku was also in trouble because you couldn't find him.
Yeah.
And now he's the main bad guy. I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
What a doozy that wish was.
So he has 2 left.
What's up, Homer?
Oh, Master, what
It's-
do you
yeah.
have for wish number 2?
He's such a
Yeah,
talented
actually, he
voice actor.
sounds kind of like Robin Williams when he's doing it.
It's his impression of Robin Williams.
Whoa! Money, royalty, fame. Why didn't I think of that? Okay.
So I guess we're done on the sexism topic.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of admiring this voice acting right
Yeah, I
now.
want to stop talking to
Less or your meal
read
free.
this.
Hey, I'll even throw in a cappuccino.
no thanks.
Okay.
I think I'll put that on hold until we reach Agrabah.
Oh, why a prince?
You see, there's this girl in Agrabah named Jasmine. But she's a princess. And she could never fall for a guy like me.
Jasmine?
Oh, that's right. She's in trouble, Aladdin.
What? Well, come on, let's get going.
All right.
Look,
So
really quick, that
Right.
could be taken as, oh, she's in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
but you wouldn't have even noticed about Aladdin being like, man, I really wish there's this girl, I like her a lot,
Yeah.
but she can't, like, she would never even
Yeah,
blink
even
an
date me.
eye at me.
we just saved Aladdin from being engulfed in the sand trap there,
Yeah.
the quicksand.
But he's going through this whole thing where he just wished he could at least get her attention.
Right.
It's like you could look at it as sexism in different ways, not just because they're in trouble or whatnot, or just because they're female that they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Maybe
it's because I'm not a woman and that's why I don't understand.
No. It's because
it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. Because yes, stereotypes exist, and yes, it doesn't. Just because I disagree with her doesn't mean that I'm misogynistic. Not at all. Very much the opposite.
She does have pretty good points sometimes.
But they're totally skewed because she's trying to put them in terms of this is the only thing that's going on in gaming, or the only thing that's going on in movies or whatever. It's like, oh, she points to Princess Peach and Zelda, and you're like, you see how they're always victims, and it's like,
Genie, what if I...
Or the character is an afterthought.
Free you from the
like she used in her video when she was talking about the creation story.
Genie,
she called it the creation myth, and she said, look, it's so obvious that Eve was God's afterthought of Adam. But she's reading it from a standpoint, thinking that the woman is not as important.
Exactly.
When Eve is the completing factor of that. Adam wasn't complete.
She came at it from the point of, this is where I'm starting from. My starting point is this. So I'm interpreting it based on that starting point.
Yeah.
So she's like the Zelda and Peach thing was like, to me, was like so crazy because it's like, I see. So you view them like it's your view, which is ironic because she's trying to be like a feminist, right? You view them as weak when actually they're the ruling monarchs of major countries.
Yeah, well, even
and Zelda is the protector of the Triforce of Wisdom.
The thing is the argument with Zelda is completely null and void, just for the fact that it would be impossible for Link to defeat Ganon without Zelda's help.
Exactly. So then why?
It's literally impossible.
So therefore, I actually think it's really disrespectful of her to be like, Zelda is just so weak.
That's why it's the Legend of Zelda, not the Legend of Link.
But what I'm saying is that she only perceives Zelda's role as a role of weakness, no matter what she's doing.
Yeah.
Because she wants the gaming to be sexist.
Yeah.
So she perceives it in that
she does
lens.
have very good points when she's talking about Suda games.
Oh yeah.
She brings those up like sometimes, and to be honest, I don't really think anyone thinks Suda games are not sexist or
that's what they are.
Because that's what he's going for.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. Yeah. I disagree with it very much. But...
Like in his game Shadows of the Damned, you're going to save your busty blonde girlfriend, who got taken by the head demon of that game.
Yeah.
Then at the end, spoilers. Gonna wait a few seconds. She's the final boss, but she's not upset that you saved her. She's upset that you didn't save her fast enough. So it's like she's just being a moody female in that world, and that's totally a legitimate complaint. But Suda's games are very two-dimensional.
Very two-dimensional.
Especially when it comes to the characters. Very, very two-dimensional. All you have to look at No More Heroes. Like, the main driving goal for Travis in that game is to have sex. It's the main driving goal. It's shallow on so many levels.
Right.
But somehow it works of art to a lot of
right. So somehow it somehow goes beyond like under the radar somehow. Like it's the most clearest indication of you know this misogyny that she talks about all the time. Not Zelda and Peach. They're actually really good examples of fairly rounded out characters, given that they're from Nintendo franchises, right?
Even something like going on trying to find problems with every game. You could even look at like Kojima with Metal Gear. Yeah, a lot of times the characters are I don't want to call them sexist. I just want to call them the stereotypical female.
But
you could
exploited.
The exploited female.
Right.
You could look at arguably the strongest character in the series being the boss.
Right.
Being a female character. And being the only reason that Snake could do any of
exactly. I agree.
Or you can even look at Eva, even though she's being like very seductive and trying to use her body stuff like that in the third game.
Right.
She turns out being the only reason Solid Snake is even a thing.
Right. And then of course the argument that she would probably use if I would guess would probably be something like oh but the boss had to be beaten by Snake, a man.
No, but the boss let. To me,
But you
it seems
know
like
that's what happened.
Yeah. The boss was letting Snake win. Totally. I don't think Snake overcame the boss. The boss unzipped her armor.
Yeah, but
before she fought.
even if Snake did win legitimately, it doesn't denigrate. It doesn't make her any less of a hero.
No, it just means that Snake, like, she trained Snake so well that he could beat her. That's what it was.
Well, so yeah, this is what I'm saying. Is like she trained Snake so well that that she can be beaten by Snake.
Like,
So it's like
it's not something like if you were like, say someone was teaching you a martial art and then you finally beat them when you're all trying the hardest, the teacher isn't disappointed that you beat them. The teacher is like ecstatic because you finally took to their lessons.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so it's like, you know, her videos are doing, right, is basically saying every female character, no matter how accomplished, is weak because they're not perfect, basically, because they get captured, they have moments of weakness, they, you know, and because women are being shown in a negative light, it's somehow sexist.
Yeah,
but it's not.
And then you can throw out a character that is female and independent and strong, someone like Lara Croft.
Let's say.
Where she would say, well, look at Lara Croft's design.
Right.
She's very busty. She's wearing short shorts, stuff like that.
Right.
And I'm not sure if I'm making this up. I'm about 99% certain this is true. I heard that her being as busty as she was in the original game was a graphical error. And they just left it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I heard.
I didn't hear about that.
The point is not how she looks. She's there to, like, of course, look good, but so is every character. Right. Like, Sora is appealing to the eye. He's colorful.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing with Lara. She's just appealing in different ways. Like, that's just the way it's supposed to work.
Right.
Like, you can't have a character that's. I'm not going
to go so far as to say that she wasn't designed like.
Yeah, well, she was obviously left that way if it was a graphical error. She was obviously left that way on purpose.
On purpose, right.
But you also have to look at the demographic you were trying to sell it to.
Well,
right? And that makes gamers look very shallow.
Right, it does.
But that's because on the surface, most people, in my opinion, are very shallow. Most people judge someone by what they look like right away.
Right.
It's your first, you know what I mean? Like, they'll judge you on how you look instantly before you even talk to them.
Right.
So I think human beings as a race are very shallow, at least for the most part. But when you really get into her backstory and learn the tragic story of her parents dying, and she's just carrying on what her father was doing, and that's how her and her father, because her mother died at a young age, that it's the only way she can carry on the legacy of her father.
Right.
Then there you go. Then you have a main driving force that makes sense.
Right.
Any child would want to make their parent happy.
Right.
At least any child I know.
Right.
Right.
I mean, they want to feel like a part of they belong and part of the family, you know.
And look at how many times she's saved the planet, like 4 or 5 times by now.
And in that regard, then, could it be argued? I'm just thinking out loud now. I'm not even sure if I believe this or not, but could it be argued then that it's actually sort of a negative thing to be like, oh, she saved the world and done all this stuff, but she's busty, therefore she's nothing more than an object. You know, I mean, it's that one determinant. Like, you take that one thing of one part of her.
Are you saying it's unhealthy to bring even attention to that she's busty?
No. I'm saying, like, she saved the world and done all these things, but all everyone always mentions is, oh, she's busty.
Yeah.
Therefore, the things that she's done are not relevant.
Yeah.
She's a sexual object, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
No matter how many times she saves the world.
She's not a dead or alive character.
No.
She's not there to blatantly be sexist and to be candy. She's there and she has a story. And
stuff like Dead or Alive, I would say is
extremely sexist.
Sexist.
You want straight up proof Dead or Alive extreme beach volleyball.
Exactly.
That's straight up. They're not even trying to.
I'm totally against that kind of thing.
Me too.
But things like Zelda and Peach, which were her Samus, were her prime examples of like sexism in gaming. It's just not relevant.
No, it's not. Anyway, after this cutscene, we're gonna have to call it because we went long talking about that subject.
Yeah.
But it was a good subject to talk about.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up.
Alright, just hit the save point. Alrighty, we will see you guys next time.